Hi everyone, in this video we'll take some properties of integration. First property is the sum and difference rules of integration. If you have two functions, the sum of two functions inside the integral, then you have to distribute the integral of each function. So you have to integrate each function apart. And the second one is the constant factor rule. If you have a constant multiplied by a function and you want to integrate this function, you have to put the constant first and integrate the beside function. In part A we have integration of 5x squared plus 2 over 5x to the 7. So firstly you have to modify the inside function. So we can write the integration as integration 5x squared plus 2 over 5x to the negative 7 dx. Now in the first function we have 5x squared, which means a constant multiplied by x squared. So to integrate this function you have to put the constant factor first, then you have to integrate the function x squared, which is x cubed, divide by 3, which is the power rule of integration, plus. Now what about the second function? We have 2 over 5 multiplied by x to the negative 7. So we have a number 2 over 5 multiplied by a function. So you have to put the constant firstly. After that you have to integrate x to the negative 7, which is x to the negative 7 plus 1 divided by negative 7 plus 1, simply x to the negative 6 divided by negative 6 plus c. Now you have to simplify the answer more, and you will get 5 over 3x to the negative 3 x cubed, minus here we have 2 over 5 times 6 equals to 30 x to the negative 6 plus c. And to get a positive exponent for the second function, you have to put x to the negative 6 in denominator and change the sign of the exponent. So the final answer will be 5 over 3x cubed minus, here we can simplify, 2 divided by 2 equals 1, divided by 2 equals 15. So you will get 1 over 15 x to the 6th power plus c. Now in part B we have integration of 5x to the negative 1 minus 7x to the 7/5 plus pi over 3. So since we have functions, add of two functions and subtract two functions, this means you have to integrate each function apart. So this is the first function. We have constant factor 5, then you have to integrate the function x to the negative 1, and the integration of x to the negative 1, this is the case when r equals to negative 1. X to the negative 1 is 1 over x, and the integration of 1 over x is ln absolute value of x, then minus the second function is 7x to the 7/5. So to integrate this function you have to put firstly the constant factor, which is 7, and you have to integrate the function x to the 7/5 using the power rule of integration, and you will get x power 7 over 5 plus 1 over 7 over 5 plus 1. After that, plus the last term is the number pi over 3. So the integration of any constant equal the same constant multiplied by x plus c, which is the constant of integration. Now you have to simplify the answer. So the answer will be 5 ln absolute value of x minus 7 multiplied by x to the power. Now 7 over 5 plus 1 is 12 over 5 divided by 12 over 5 plus pi over 3x plus c. For more simplification, we have 5 ln absolute value of x minus 7. Now here we have a fraction in denominator, which means you have to put it up and flip this fraction and you will get 5 over 12. And also you have to rewrite x to the power 12 over 5 as a radical form, and you will get the 5th root of x to the 12th power plus pi over 3x plus c. To simplify more, you have to multiply these two numbers, 7 times 5 over 12, and you will get 35 over 12. Which gives the final answer of the integration. So we have 35 over 12, and this is the final answer of part B. In part C, we have integration 10 over y power 3 over 5 minus 5th root of y plus 4 over radical y plus e. And e is the Napier number, so e is a constant in this question. First, you have to modify the function inside the integration. So we have integration 10 y to the negative 3 over 5. The second function, 5th root of y, you have to convert it to exponential form, and you will get y power 1 over 5, because y, it means y to the first power, plus here we have 4 over square root of y, which means 4 over y to the half. So we can write it 4y to the negative 1 over 2 plus e dx. Now you can start the integration for this function one by one. For the first function, we have 10 multiplied by y to the negative 3/5, which means 10 is a factor or a constant factor. Then you have to integrate y to the negative 3 over 5, which is y to the negative 3 over 5 plus 1 over negative 3 over 5 plus 1. The second function is negative y to the 1 over 5, and you have to integrate this function, so it will be by the power rule 1 over 5 plus 1 divided by 1 over 5 plus 1. For the third function, we have a constant factor, which is 4, so you have to put it down firstly and integrate the beside function, which is y to the negative 1 over 2 plus 1 divided by negative 1 over 2 plus 1. And as you know, e is a constant, and the integration of a constant is the same constant multiplied by x plus the constant of integration, which is c. Now you have to simplify this answer. So firstly, we have 10, and here we have negative 3 over 5 plus 1, which is 2 over 5. So y power 2 over 5 divided by 2 over 5 minus the second one, we have 1 over 5 plus 1, which is 6 over 5 divided by 6 over 5. Then we have plus 4 multiplied by negative 1 over 2 plus 1, which is 1 over 2 divided by 1 over 2 plus ex plus c. Now for the first one, you have to put 2 over 5, this fraction, in the numerator. It will be 5 over 2 multiplied by 10, which gives us 25. And you have to rewrite y to the power 2 over 5 as a radical form, and you will get the fifth root of y squared. What about next? The next one we have minus 6 over 5. You have to put it up and you have to flip this fraction, and you will get 5 over 6, and you have to change y to the power 6 over 5 as the radical form, and you will get the fifth root of y to the sixth power, then plus here we have 1 over 2, put it up and you will get 2 over 1, which is 2 multiplied by 4, you will get 8, and you have to rewrite y to the 1 over 2 as a radical form, and it will be square root of y plus ex plus c.